Part 2. This is part 2 of the going to get. I went and I got some wine, and now I'm happier. I had a chat with a senior about the house. I'm less moody, I was a bit moody, and I still get some moodiness. I got everything I needed, so that's just most important. Now I'm thinking if I disinfected my hands properly. And so what I'm gonna do, because I touched bottles, I'm just gonna make sure I'm gonna disinfect again. So this is a spot. It's gonna be safe for me to proceed in doing just that. Just doing just the disinfectation of the hands by disinfecting the bottles, because I might get, which are here placed, so I might get in and I might get out. And I might get on the side, and then I might get on the left. I might already do the right. And then I got the bottles right there. They have some dust. See, there's dust on them. So I'm just gonna disinfect it here. Just gonna use some of this hand sanitizer, and then we can rock and roll. Just gonna put some of that. I put a bit too much, Yeah. And now I'm just gonna disinfect that bottle also. And for Mother's Day, because it kills it. I put a bit too much of bacteria. I bought a Quebec wine. So there's gonna be that rock and roll, and yeah, here we go. That's it for yours truly, and that's how we rock it, always. The firefighters, the bakers, the butchers, the nurses, the doctors, the electricians, those firefighters, the bakers, the conductors. I gotta watch it here in the corner. I take a few steps back and gotta watch it, because of course they gotta pass the street, and gotta get it for the butchers, firefighters, and train conductors, electricians, the plumbers, and all those involved in the production, distribution of food. And gotta be grateful, thankful for my electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and got some rock and roll. And it was a bit moody, but I gotta get it on the drill, so always for the train conductors, the butchers, and the electricians, plumbers as well. The plumbers as well. Nurses, daycare workers changing diapers. Always for the electricians, train conductors, all those plumbers. All those welders, all those train conductors, all those firefighters, the train conductors, firefighters, the electricians, the nurses, the doctors, train conductors, butchers, bakers, carpe diem, and every day you gotta sing that rock and roll. And this looks good. Dollar protein, and that's just where we are now, with that gratitude. That's where we are for the left and for the right, and in the middle. Let's go go here, hockey town. We gotta get it for the left, we gotta get it for those who are on the train now, train conductors, and the fuels, the electricians, the plumbers, the welders, crane operators, all those of course, are now in the So, beautiful sun shining, beautiful sun shining, and whoops,
I'm sorry.
I'm no worries. Just no need to apologize. Have a nice day, ladies. Yeah. So that's some dance moves, and that's what it is, and that's how we go, and that's how you rock and roll, you know. Always for the train conductors, the butchers, the bakers, the electricians, the firefighters, and left and right, and always gotta watch for my auntie when she traverses and cross on the cars, you know. Gotta turn your heads left or right. Left or right. Left or right. And of course, then you cross the street prudently. So that's what we are now today in the relationship, of course, of existing. And the relationship of where we have now is my difference, my neurodivergence, and autism, my autism and Asperger's, my autism and Asperger's. And that's what it is now. And that's what we exist now in the relationship.
Après, quelqu'un peut s'asseoir. Merci, quoi.
So good. Yeah. Shit. Right, so now that's the other position that I wanted to discuss is the relationship with autism for me has been turbulent over the years. I didn't want to accept it, but only about 3.5 years ago I've accepted it, and pretty joyous, pretty joyous. Pretty joyous. Pretty joyous. But financially stressed, and I lived, like many Aspies, not just my whole community is less than 1%, and most people don't even know what autism, Asperger's, or ASD level 1 autism spectrum disorder or Asperger's is, or autism spectrum disorder, or high functioning autism. High functioning autism on ASD level 1 autism spectrum disorder, and HFA is basically the same thing, right? It's the same neurological mental divergent condition. It's just that about 2013, 2014, it's merged. It's fused with ASD1, because it's a spectrum disorder. So autism spectrum disorder 1 and high functioning autism is the same as the same. It's the same. Autism spectrum disorder and HFA, high functioning autism, and Asperger's. These are three names to use to denote the same condition, which is often mistaken for an illness and a disease, which is not. It's still a lot of work to be done, especially with the unemployment rates, Although in my community, we're less than 1% of the population. There's 80%, 4 out of 5 Aspies are unemployed. It got a bit better over the past decade. It used to be 85 plus. So there has been some improvement, but not major, not big, not like a big breakthrough. But now is where we exist, and I gotta say that since I survived COVID in 2020, I always live carpe diem every day as if it would be my last day. Because 2020, thank my anonymous friend for preventing a book so I could learn more and be aware of my differences. I'm different, and Aspies generally were different, and appreciating Asperger's syndrome and teaching Asperger's students social skills through acting all their world as a stage, because social skills is where we lack most. Social skills, right? It's because our brains are different, and so I've certainly improved a lot and cultivated politeness. Generosity and goodness and kindness, and that's how it is now, and that's how we got. and that's how we relate with. And you know, it's a journey. It's been a journey, but journey of understanding, of awareness, and journey of being working with those books, such as Appreciating Asperger's Syndrome and Teaching Asperger's Students Social Skills Through Acting. All the World is a Stage. I know it's a huge long title, it's like a paragraph, but now I'm more equipped to build bridges. Now I'm more equipped to build bridges than before. Before I wasn't that equipped, but now I'm more equipped. I'm just like, it's not a disease, it's not an illness. It takes sometimes patience, so as I am less moody now in the sun, my Publik King shining strong, beautiful day, and grateful, thankful I'm gonna be able to afford pizza and a bottle of wine, which I kind of split on that, and that's how we are with that rocking, so it's a relationship of where we exist now in this point in time where times are tough for many Canadians, and as it is the Sabbath today, it's Saturday Sabbath. Sabbath is until tomorrow, and that is something which we have, of course, to also acquiesce, and just something which we have, of course, to do together, you know, in the relationships that exist. Look at those beautiful flowers. I love yellow flowers, as you know, but that one has a little red in it, see? That one has a little red. It has a little red inside, see? Kind of flaming orange. A little flaming orange. So you have, of course, to be in the relationship of what we have now, and that's just the relationship where we exist today, and that existence is the fact that I'm different, and I'll be different until the end. And I'm gonna sing that Rock&Roll, of course, to protrude and watch it for the children. Watch the car. Let me get out of their way. Hey, let me get out of their way. They're innocent and they're happy. I'm happy. The hordes of innocent children. It's a nice day, and gotta get out of their way because they're on their bikes, and I'm gonna take 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, because they're coming, the horde of innocents, and I'm not gonna move out of the way. Now I can go back on the trajectory, because that's how it is. They're moving on I made an effort for the youth, I guess. Get out of their way, take my protocol of 4 steps to the right, 4 steps to the left, you know. Because, you know, children, the youth are innocent, The children, the youth, they're innocent, so. Look at this beautiful red car, beautiful red car. Yeah, so joyous now, a bit moody. I wish I could afford a massage therapy session, but finance the firefighters, mayonnaise, BNS, NHL, National Hockey League. Good game last night. Habs give some charity. And NFL, NBA, MLB. Please reduce the cost of the tickets by 44.9% is my estimation. With the increasing cost of living, I'm going to have to now wear my Habs hat because it's windy and it's kind of like the third time that it flies off. As you can see from the flag, that's Quebec, la belle province. Quebecer, Canadian, Quebecer, North American myself. It's always for the 10, the 50, and the 3. Born in the United States 3 times. Post 70-76. Once I was born a woman, twice a man. Served in the same United States Armed Forces. 2 different wars. The wars were 156 years apart, The wars were 156 years apart, but sometimes I was born a man, a woman, man, woman, a man, woman, man, woman. We get that 50-50 now, and that's how we rock it, and that's how we rock and roll until the end. Nice day. I think it got higher than 17. I'm a bit overdressed. I wasn't sure what to wear exactly, because you never know, So that's how we got now, But yeah, always for the 10, the 15, the 3, for the firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, train conductors, bus drivers as well. Bus drivers, you know. Bus drivers, the plumbers. Look at how beautiful. I gotta go cross that sea again, although I guess we passed by it here, but when we came, but I think it's worth it for me and wait for the third car to pass to just go check it out again. Go check it out again. Go check it out again. Wow. Yeah, it's just so vivid, eh? It's just beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful yellow flowers. And these are just so gorgeous. Just makes me smile. And oh, there's a white one there. Actually, there's three white ones spread out. See, 1, 2, 3. Was that a white one? Oh, that's more like a rosé. But it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous garden. Gorgeous garden there. Super nice. Gotta get it for the freshness of it, you know, the freshness. These are also nice here. With those little smaller ones, it's kind of a beauty. And these ones are also cute. They're all cute. And bushes in the back. I love spring flowers. They are nice. Especially the yellow ones. You know me, I like my yellow flowers. Although red is my favorite color. And here we gotta be careful. See, I always warn in my videos about branches. That one's cracked. See, that one's cracked, as you can see there. So, see, it is cracked right there. See how it's cracked. See the crack. So that one, a stronger wind. This one's about to fall, and then the other one, both of them twins are cracked on both sides. See? So I warn all the branches can fall on somebody. That's always an awareness. That's why we need the Dragon Army, the Imperial SSS, the Security Service, and the Defense Legion, so the Dancing Goddess Army, you know, for the ability and the capabilities of where we are now, and the relationship of having a collective civilizational complex of North America, of where we are, where we are now, myself, and where we exist, and where we live, and where we gotta put it that coast to coast, ocean to ocean for total SSSD, and also create the Dancing Goddess Army, the Imperial Integrated Dance League. Well, my ideas, theories, protocols, the dream, the dream for a North American collective, and the North American civilizational collective's dream, and the representational aspects of a mass public-private partnership, which we have to implement, and we have to strategize to do. Here's a one way, but you gotta be careful when you cross the streets. Always gotta get on that rock-and-roll, and some people gotta say left or right it every day, you know. So that's what it is, and that's what it is with the left and the right, and in the middle, you know. Saw somebody holding hands, and somebody was holding hands with that, and that's what it is, like that with the rock and roll. So it's always for today. I live carpe diem it every day since I died of COVID. Carpe diem it every day since I died of COVID. 2020, thank you, my anonymous friend, she was helping me out, and with autism as well. My 2020, now with the hantavirus in the news, but 2020, those are gorgeous. Those are really nice. Flaming. Flaming orange. That's a beauty, you know, so yeah, look at that. That's what I warn about the branches, they fall, and you gotta be mindful of that. So 2020, mid-February, I started feeling sick until mid-March, and late February, I was really sick. I thought I was gonna die, and if I make $1 million a bin, my anonymous friend is gonna make some money by July 1st, 3:44 p.m. EST. I have a new deadline. Look at that beautiful bush. And that new deadline will include to clean my room off Sun Temple, retrieve the archives from the Jewish General Hospital because I survived a vicious homicidal surprise attack. I lived there. For me, there's no nostalgia. If I go back before 2017, my life was worse. Depression, suicidal, living in a moldy place, underground basement. And moldy place. I didn't even have a bath up there where I lived, So that's what it is with the rock and rolling. And that's where we got it now to be left and right. And in the middle, but that's just my individual experience. And I understand because I look at the numbers, how many Canadians can have. Most majority of Canadians have nostalgia about the past because things have gotten worse economically. Red already. Economically, things have gotten worse over the years. Situation socioeconomically, things have gotten red, my favorite color, what I said in the third one. So yeah, we have to implement my Trinity at TV's best. As a conjugal point, but that's what we have. Hey, that's great. Hey, thank you for these. Thank you so much. Share with my friend. That's good. Golden. Super golden. Super golden. So we're gonna put them in the backpack. We're gonna clean them, disinfect. That's always nice. Get some rock and roll in here. Get some rock and roll in. Some of these. This one is the guy's Privee day though. South Korea. 2027. Dawn noodles and 4 starch. This is good for her because it's intolerance or the lactose intolerance, gluten free. Oh, this is great, but it's not for me for the dentures. So that's great. Thank you. Somebody made a donation and see, somebody can leave some food there. You can eat some food. That's always good and always good for that. And that's what we got, rock and rolling. And yeah, we gotta get it for the left, in the butchers, the firefighters, the electricians, the firefighters, the train conductors, those beautiful birds. See how they flew the trajectory. Oh yeah, lots of things to be grateful for now. Thank you for the donation for the food. Hey, it increased my food security. So I gotta be grateful. I gotta clean them, I gotta clean them, and this is made in the Philippines. I gotta disinfect them before I get into. Oh my god! I gotta disinfect them, and that's why we exist there in the correlation of we are now, Here's a dangerous corner because sometimes they don't stop properly. See, this car comes. I gotta turn their heads left and right and make sure you cross the street, safely, safely, because of course it has the relationships of being now. So when you cross the street, always turn your heads left and right. Always turn your head. See, for example, here. turn your heads left or right, in the middle, in the right, in the left, in the center, because the brakes can malfunction. So somebody with the brakes that don't work, they can malfunction. So of course, all that is of course the reality of the malfunctioning of the brakes, or the speeding up of the speed of the car. The car might speed up or press the accelerator instead of the brake. So these are probabilities and possibilities which can adversely affect the safety and security of the individual and the citizen. So I always say we gotta looky. We gotta do our part, and yeah, grateful. I'm less moody than I was. I was moody. No, not moody anymore. I was, I guess, earlier. So heading back to my headquarters. It is Saturday. Sabbath until Sunday, and the gas went down by 7 cents. Not that much, but 7 cents. It's per 10 liters is 70 cents. Per 30 liters, you get $2.10. $2.10. So it adds up. It adds up. So you have to discern, of course, in the modalities of where we exist now, that it can add up. So of course that is just the relationships of where we are now, in the relationship. So, but it's still very high. If you compare what it was in 2020, they're happy, I guess. That's good. They're happy, I'm happy. But 93 cents average in January, February 2020. So it more than doubled. So not many salaries more than double. So that's where you can see the big problem, eh? The big problem can lie there in the disparity. So encourage all today, rest until tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna home it, and stay home and rest, meditate. I gotta take a bath, and I live with my routines, Aspiesque routines, and ritual routines, and yeah, if you're 18 plus, you gotta be for that play. Could be a friend with benefits, but you gotta be 18 plus. You're black, you're white, you're a rainbow. You're a man, you're a woman, You're trans man, you're a trans woman, Then we can rock and roll, So nothing serious. For me, I think the deadline to propose again at third time is July 1st, 3:44 p.m. for me. July 1st. I don't want to postpone my deadlines to September 11th. So I was already saying, am I gonna able to manage? Because 9 out of 10 deadlines I missed over the years. That's a problem which I improved though, because Aspies, the time management skills, and because of our Aspie routine can be more difficult. So here we are, auctioning everything that I'm wearing today. $1 million each, give half to my anonymous friend, and I wish I could buy her a house. Firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, electricians, the plumbers, the welders, train conductors, nurses, daycare workers, firefighters, warehouse workers, etc.